Good morning, dear students. How are you? I hope you all are fine. Listen, today I am here with a new lesson, that is lesson number 6 of your course book of English, that is Seher Goes Stargazing. As the title suggests, Seher, a name of a girl. Am I correct? Seher is a name of a girl who just want to gaze, who want to see stars. Okay. So here the name of the lesson is Seher Goes Stargazing. This is a very interesting story, and I cannot say that hope. I know that you like it very much. So before starting this lesson, I want to tell you, when you will open your book, lesson number 6, then you will see on the top some jumble words are there. First, you have to do them unjumble. How? Now I am explaining, I am telling you. The first word is planet. Number 2 is star. Number 3 is galaxy. Number 4, moon. Number 5, I know that you will face some problem, that is comet. Number 6, sun. Number 7, Milky Way. And number 8, that is satellite. Okay, I hope so you all have written and you all have just understood. Now I am coming to the chapter. So take out your book, open page number 61 and listen very carefully, my dear ones. I know that you all are very sincere. On a cold day in November, Seher and her father were heading towards Sariska, a small wildlife sanctuary near Alwar in Rajasthan. So as the line says that there was a cold night, that it means that in the month of November, obviously the month of November is a cold month. Seher, the main character of this story is Seher, as the story is also named after Seher, and her father. Both were just heading towards Sariska. Both were going to Sariska. Sariska is a small wildlife sanctuary. Wildlife sanctuary, you know that you have gone through in SST, where the animals are kept. Wildlife sanctuary. It is where it is? It is near Alwar. There is a place in Rajasthan, that is Alwar. Rajasthan is a state, very popular state, whose capital is Jaipur, which is known as Pink City. In my SST chapter, I had already explained you. They left Delhi at about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So see this, you can see the time, that is, they left Delhi at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, means 3 p.m. and hoped to cover the 175-kilometer distance in about 5 hours. So they had just left their house at what time? 3 o'clock, and at least they will reach 5. So you can count the distance. So that they had to cover 175 kilometer, which they will cover in 5 hours. However, they were not going to Sariska to see wild animals, as the name suggests, as you will see the name, that a wildlife sanctuary. When the wildlife name sanctuary comes in your mind, it means that Seher was going to see the animals, wild animals, but no, she was not going to see the animals. Her motto was different. What? Now I am going to explain you this in my next paragraph. Armed with their star charts and a good telescope, they had set out to look more closely at the Great Bear, a constellation in our galaxy, the Milky Way. Milky Way is a galaxy. Okay, Milky Way is a galaxy. Galaxy means a group of, galaxy means a group of stars. Here, the constellation I have to explain you. Constellation means a group of stars that make a pattern in the sky. You will see that there are different patterns of the stars. Make different patterns. So when the star makes different patterns, so the making of the pattern in different forms is called a constellation. So here again I am explaining a group of stars that make a pattern in the sky. Pattern means you know that with different types of designs. So they reached a dimly lit lodge. They were dimly means lit means light. Dimly means where the light was very dim. lit. Here the dimly means, and lit means the light. Lodge, where they lit, their lodge means a place. A place, yeah, you can say that the small house at the gates of a park. Then just at the gate of the park, there is a small house. So again, they reached a dimly lit house located just outside the sanctuary. Where was that? That the outside the sanctuary. This was what they wanted because it meant little or no artificial city light would spoil the view of the night sky. Here it means that they don't want any artificial light. Artificial means the light of the tubes, the light of the floodlights, means the light of the bulbs, the light of the in any artificial lights. I'm explaining you in very when you will see that when you are there in the dark room, then what will happen when you switch on the light, then the room will be lighted. So that is the artificial light. So here they don't want any artificial light. That's why they were living at a place which was light, which there was very little light. Okay, less light was there. Seher set up the telescope and focused it on a cluster of stars. Cluster means a group of stars. Okay. Seher set up the telescope and focused it, means just pointed it on a cluster of stars. 5 minutes after gazing through her telescope, she gave an excited cry. Dad, look at this. Oh, it's gone. After 5 minutes, what happened? She gave an excited cry. You know, excited cry means when you were very happy or you were amazed, then you will say, that excited cry. Her father also saw it. You have just seen a comet, Seher. What the father said? The father said she was just she wants to see the stars, constellation, Great Bear. But she saw in the comet. Oh yes, I remember reading about it in a science magazine. Tell me more about comets, Dad, Seher said. What she saw that time? She saw a comet. Then her father explained him that about the comet. Well, the name comet comes from a Greek word from where the word comet comes. So here he was explaining her the name of comet comes from the name comet comes from a Greek word for hair on the head. That is because they look like stars with fuzzy. Fuzzy means F-U-Z-Z-Y, fuzzy, which means unclear. That is hazy, which is not clear, fuzzy. Okay, keep in mind. Heads or tails, whichever way you look at them, they are not really stars and do not have any light of their own. They reflect the light of the sun just like the moon. If a comet is not a star, what is it? Asks Seher. So she was very, you can say that she, after seeing the comet, she was in a state of mind, in a very confused state of mind. What she has seen, she wants to see the star, but what she has seen, what is actually comet is, there are so many questions which was just moving in her head. Okay, now coming to the next. You can think of a comet as a ball of ice. Now her father is explaining what is actually comet is a ball of ice, dust and a small pieces of rock going around the sun. When it goes too close to the sun, the heat melts the ice and great clouds of gas and dust go streaming behind it. This is what appears to be the tail or fuzzy head of the comet. So I know that, I hope so, you will understood that what will happen there. Most people have never seen a comet because they are too far for us to see without powerful telescopes, said her father. So this is very next to impossible to see a comet. If you will see, you can only see it with a very powerful telescope. Okay, so who first discovered and wrote about comets? Asks Seher. Now Seher, she was curious to know about the comets, so she asked, Who first discovered and wrote about comets? An English astronomer by the name of Edmund Halley. What is the name? Edmund Halley discovered and first wrote about comets and their movements. Some small comets melt completely and are never seen again. Some big comets reappear many times because only a small part of the ice melts when it comes near the sun. So as I explained you that only the small part of the ice. So what is the actually comet is? It is made up of an ice dust and a small piece of rock going around the sun. As it goes near the sun, the ice melts. So when only a small part of ice melts when it comes near the sun. One particular comet that Halley saw was named after him because he calculated correctly that it would reappear every 75 years, and it does. So the first person who invented about the comet was the Edmund Halley. That's why the comet is also named after her. That is Halley's comet. And not only the Halley's comet, Halley just saw the comet. That person also just calculated that, also just explained, also just said that after every 75 years, you will see it again. It will again reappear. It will reappear. The last time Halley's comet came near the sun and the earth was in 1986. Before that, it was seen in 1910. So when it was first seen in 1910, after that 1986, so you can calculate the time, that is 75 years, long before even your grandparents were born. So you can think, both times people all over the world stood outside at night to see it. The next time it comes near the earth will be in the year 2061. So can you imagine what for 2061? We are now here in 2020. We are here in 2020. How old will you be then? Can you calculate your age, my dear student? Seher laughed at the thought and said, "That will allow me so much more time to learn about stars. I think I want to be an astronomer and discover new things." So she found it very interesting and she made her mind that she want to be an astronomer. Excellent, Seher. In fact, in late 2011, scientists discovered another solar system with 2 suns and as many planets as our system. They have also discovered that Mars has 100 times more water than was thought earlier. The universe is infinite. Infinite means unending. There is a lot more waiting to be discovered. Maybe you will make the next big discovery. So who will make the next big discovery? Yes, Seher. So this was a chapter in which Seher just whatever the experience of the Seher, she explained, and what was her aim after seeing or after getting this comet very interesting. She made her mind, she wants to be she will be a astronomer in her life. So students, I hope so this lesson is clear to you. So this is my request to all of you, please go through this chapter at least 3 times. Tomorrow I will ask questions from this chapter. Okay, so read this chapter 3 to 4 times, learn hard spellings, write in your rough copy, and always listen videos very carefully. Okay, bye. Thank you.